This video is powered by Dr. Cinik, one of the world's leading hair transplant centres and a top choice among football superstars. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link below for your free consultation. I'm even thinking about getting it done myself. Hi and welcome along to AFTV. I'm not here in my Arsenal capacity. As you will see, I've got an England shirt on because we are getting ready for the Euros that are kicking off. It's not taking place here at Wembley. We've been outside here at Wembley because, you know, we've been doing some previews and that on DR Sports for it, and make sure you go and check that out. But what I wanted to talk about in this video was our players at the Euros, because, you know, it's not just Saka, Declan Rice that's at the Euros. Arsenal have got 11 players playing at the Euros. And you may not have realised that, but 11 of our players. And you know what? Before I get stuck into the players that are going to be there, is it a little bit of a worry that these players normally, you know, in normal seasons, they would have gone on a bit of a holiday now, come back, relax a bit, and then have a pre-season? 11 Arsenal players are going to be involved in this tournament for at least a couple of weeks. And then that's not to mention, starting next weekend, you've got the Copa America, which also involves Arsenal players, particularly our Brazilian boys. So that is going to be an interesting factor when it comes to transfers and the players that we bring in, and when that comes to our pre-season arrangements. That's probably why you've not seen Arsenal do more pre-season games. They're only doing the 2 in America. So that is going to be an interesting factor. And does that affect the way in which we start off the season? I mean, those are things for another video, but I thought I'd just throw it out there. Let's take a look at the Arsenal players that are going to be playing at the Euros. Now, the obvious ones, of course, are the ones that are going to be representing England. Declan Rice, of course, is an absolute fixture for that England team. Expect him to start absolutely every game unless he's injured. A really integral part of Gareth Southgate's midfield. And also Saka. I think we saw in the last game, he came on for like the last sort of 70 minutes of the game, but we wasn't as effective when he wasn't playing, and expect Saka to be starting that first game against Serbia unless he's injured. And I think if he's not injured, Saka will be playing every game. The other player who's playing for England, of course, is Aaron Ramsdale. Played in the warm-up game before the team flew out from here to go over to Germany. Don't expect him to be starting any games unless there's an injury to Pickford, but he is over there with the squad. So 3 Arsenal players in that England setup. Of course, the hosts of the tournament are Germany. Germany, you know, got a great chance of winning it. We all know that, you know, remember when England played here in the Euros, you know what I mean, they went all the way to the finals, nearly won it. That home advantage is very, very important. And leading the line for Germany is going to be Kai Havertz. Coming off the back of a great season for Arsenal, scored goals, was a really, really important player. And if you listen to what the German manager is saying, he's saying that Kai Havertz is going to start the games for Germany up front and is going to be their main man. So a big tournament for Kai Havertz, representing Germany in their home tournament. It's going to be really, really huge for him. Players going to be under a lot of pressure to do well. Another player that's going to be at the Euros is Jakub Kiwior. Jakub Kiwior, of course, will be there with Poland. Poland, who came through the playoffs, are in there. Listen, we don't expect Poland to win it, but it's going to be a proud moment for Jakub Kiwior representing Poland. And again, another player who's come off the back of a good season, not always playing in his favoured centre-back position, playing most of it as a left-back, but he did very, very well. And he'll be going into this tournament full of a lot of confidence. Another player who's going to have a lot of confidence going into this tournament, and I know he scored a couple of goals in the warm-up games leading into this tournament, is Leandro Trossard of Belgium. Belgium got a good chance of winning it. We say this each and every tournament, but they've got a lot of quality throughout their team with De Bruyne, Doku, players like that, and Trossard. Trossard's had a great season, scored a lot of goals. Expect him to figure a lot for Belgium in this tournament. It's going to be a very, very important player for them. Now, this next player, for us, is one of the most important players in the team. He played every single game and every single minute of Arsenal's Premier League season. However, when he turns up for his national team, somehow his manager feels that there's players ahead of him, even though when I look at those players ahead of him, I'm like, nah, they're not better than him. I'm talking about William Saliba. Had a fantastic season for Arsenal. There were a lot of people saying that he's really got the player of the season. He was brilliant, absolutely solid, and he was brilliant the previous season as well. Remember, we were all like, when he was out of the team, a lot of people saying that that was probably what cost Arsenal the title. Saliba will, of course, be over there in Germany with France, who've got a great chance of winning the tournament. Whether he'll start or not, I don't think he'll start, but if he'll get to figure in the tournament, that would be great. It does also mean, though, it's another player who could be in the tournament for a very, very long time, and we want a fit Saliba come the start of the new season. So there may be some Arsenal fans saying, you know what, Didier Deschamps, it's all right, leave him on the bench. It's all right, it's cool. We are a bit selfish like that. Jorginho is another player that is going to be there. Of course, he lifted the trophy here with Italy, right here at Wembley when we had the last Euros and Italy beat England. Jorginho, very, very experienced player, as we know, and he will be in that Italy team, and he will be bringing a lot of experience to that Italian setup, and expect Italy to go far down in the tournament as well. But yes, Jorginho. Another player that, you know, listen, I know he's not really been with us this season, but he's still an Arsenal player, still going to be getting right behind him, and that's Kieran Tierney. He's going to be kicking off the first game when Scotland played Germany. He'll be coming up against his teammate Kai Havertz. Kieran Tierney, big tournament for him. He's in the shop window. Looks like Arsenal definitely going to be moving him on. There's been talk this week that, you know, they'd accept a bid of around about £10 million for him. It's a big tournament for Kieran Tierney because he's not going to be going back to Rio Sociedad, and he's going to be moving on. So wishing him all the best, but Kieran Tierney will be representing Scotland. Now, this next player had an outstanding season for Arsenal, and that outstanding season has got him into the national team, and that is David Raya. David Raya expected to be confirmed very soon as a permanent Arsenal player. Remember, he was on loan from Brentford. He's forced his way into that Spanish setup. The Golden Glove winner, of course, in the Premier League. And I'm going to be really interested to see if he gets starts in this tournament. But David Raya will be really, really excited to be representing his country of Spain. And of course, there's another player that didn't have the greatest of seasons, bit part in and out. But when it comes to his country, he's the main man, and that's Alexander Zinchenko. Big tournament for him, representing Ukraine. We know all of the stuff that's going on around Ukraine with the war and stuff like that. So it's going to be a really proud moment for him. He is a captain, and Zinchenko will be, you know, a really emotional guy at this tournament, and Ukraine will be looking to lift the spirits of all the people in that country that's going through a war at the moment, and Zinchenko is going to be right at the forefront of that. So those are our 11 players, 11, right? Arsenal players that are going to be at the Euros. Let me just remind you of them again. Zinchenko, David Raya, of course, will be playing for Spain. Kieran Tierney of Scotland. Jorginho for Italy. Saliba for France. Trossard for Belgium. Kiwior for Poland. Havertz for Germany. And Ramsdale, Rice and Saka for England. Good luck to all of them, particularly England. Let's bring it home, right? But good luck to all of them, and please, please, come back injury-free.